Welcome to Euro 2016 Handball Magazine. We'll bring you a full coverage of qualifying games of rounds 5 and 6. And we'll be at the final tournament draw in Krakow. Norway booked a ticket to Poland after the 4th win. They beat Turkey in an away game 26-22. And Thomas Christensen with 8 goals became Norway's top scorer.
Türkiye 22, Norveç 26 karşılaşmanın sonucu.
It was a real good game for the host team, yet individual skills of the Croatian players determined the whole match. From the very start it was a tight competition, and then minute by minute Croatia began to extend their lead. At some point it was 14-8, but in the dying minutes of the first half, the host managed to reduce the lead to just 2 goals. In the second period of the game, the Dutch side had some clear chances but failed to score. Zlatko Horvat with 7 and Manuel Strejk with 6. Both wingers were the best players in the Croatian side. Netherlands-Croatia 24-27. Croatia will already qualify, and the coach Jelko Babic in the game against Turkey gave his young players a run. The game was decided in the first 30 minutes, as after half-time Croatia led by 8 goals. They also dominated the second half. The final score was Croatia 40, Turkey 26, with 6 goals each. Lovro Mihic and Luka Stepancic were the highest scorers for the hosts. Norway-Netherlands, it was also a one-way traffic match. From the very start, Norway, of course, was a much better team. Eight goals advantage after 30 minutes, plus 6 in the second half of the game. It gave the Norwegian side a comfortable win. And now the results of rounds 5 and 6 in Group 1. And the final table. Croatia with top spots. Norway in the second place. Denmark number 1 in Group 2, won so far all of the 4 games. And in an away match against Lithuania, they managed to keep the record clean. It was a clear victory, mainly thanks to a good performance of goalkeeper Niklas Landin. In the second half, Niklas' younger brother Magnus, left winger, made his debut for the national team. Denmark won the game 31-25. This was a game for the second place in the Group 2, meaning qualification for Poland. In the first half, the hosts tried to control the game, but their lead was never comfortable. After 15 minutes, it was 9-6. But Belarus needed just next 5 minutes to level the score. After half-time, Bosnia led by 2. And nothing really changed in the second half. The lead was still very narrow, and the draw was a frequent result. And then, with 3 minutes to go, Belarus took the lead when Janis Rutenka scored from the wing. With just over a minute remaining, Josip Peric put the final goal on the board to even the score for the last time. And the game ended with a draw. Bosnia missed a great chance to beat Belarus in a game that could be decisive for the qualification spots. As Bosnia-Herzegovina lost the away match against Denmark, a win in Minsk for Belarus would be a big step for qualifying for the finals in Poland. And they didn't miss their chance. From the very beginning, the hosts took control of the game. After half-time, they led by 5 goals. In the next 30 minutes, Belarus extended the lead and eventually won the game 31-24. Centre-back Boris Puchalski was the top scorer for Belarus. Denmark were the strong favorites in a game against Bosnia and Herzegovina, while the Bosnians had to win to stay in the competition. 20 minutes gone and the game was unexpectedly tight. 9 each was the score. After the first half, Bosnia-Herzegovina sensationally led by 1. In the second period of the game, it was still very close. With just over 30 seconds to go, Rasmus Lauge Schmidt scored the winning goal for Denmark. This is the shot. It was 26-25. Left back Nikola Prce was outstanding for Bosnia-Herzegovina, scoring 9 goals. And here we have all the results from rounds 5 and 6 in Group 2. Two top places for Denmark and Belarus. For Slovenia, it was the first match of new head coach Veselin Vujovic. At first leg at home, Slovenia won by 6 goals. For Slovakia, however, the qualification phase has been a disaster so far. They lost all their games. And this one was no exception. against Slovenia, although playing without the top scorer, Dragan Gajic, was a much better team. Winning the match 26-20 and granting their place for the finals in Poland. Latvia again, as in the first game, at least one level below their opponents. Their attack was very ineffective, as the hosts scored only 14 goals. Sweden won with ease, controlling the game from the very start and booking their tickets to Poland. Scoring only 8 goals before the break was the beginning of the end for Latvia, while Sweden booked their tickets to Poland 2016. 19 goals eventually separated the two teams. The game was played in Velenie and it was more like a test game for the host, as they secured the place in the finals in Poland a couple of days earlier. Newly appointed coach Veselin Vujovic this time selected some young players, and they did their job magnificently, beating Latvia by 17 goals. Slovenia ended up in the second place of Group 3, just behind Sweden. Top of Group 3 team Sweden did not disappoint the fans in the last game, beating Slovakia in Stockholm by 5 goals. The hosts started very strong both in attack and in defense for a long period of time. Slovakians could not find the nets. Half-time result 16-10 for Sweden. In the second period of the game, Slovakia managed to narrow the lead to 2 goals, but that was all they could do. Sweden won 27-22. Niklas Ekberg was Sweden's top scorer with 10 goals. Top two teams in Group 3, Sweden and Slovenia, with 11 and 9 points respectively. Iceland's victory in Tel Aviv has greatly increased the chances of qualifying for the final tournament in Poland, but they still need points. Israelis tried to respond, but unfortunately for them, with almost no effect. "30 minutes gone, Iceland leading by 5 goals. The second half was an almost identical scenario. The Icelanders extended the advantage to 10 goals. Final result, Iceland 34, Israel 24. It was a game easy to predict, very tight, physical, exciting, full of twists and turns. A real battle. In the first half, Serbia were a better team, leading by 3 goals. But things changed very quickly in the second period. Montenegro leveled the score, and when the hosts took the lead, Serbia immediately equalized. Eventually the game ended up with a draw, 23 each. Serbia now still have their fate in their hands. Now a game in Reykjavik, the home grounds proved to be a big advantage for the Icelanders. The victory was at any time threatened. Led by Guðjón Valur Sigurdsson, who was top scorer for Iceland with 10 goals. The hosts started strong and played that way throughout the whole 60 minutes. They felt extremely comfortable, leading by 8 goals at half-time. The second half was just as much Iceland's as the first. Strong defense, a good counter-attack, and extending the advantage to 12 goals. Iceland qualified for the tournament in Poland, finishing top spot in Group 4. Despite the loss, Montenegro qualified as well as the best third-ranked team out of 4 groups. Serbia needed 2 points in a game against Israel to qualify, and they succeeded. The hosts took the lead from the first whistle and never looked back. Good, effective set play and individual skills of such players as Nemanja Zelenovic, Momir Ilic, Rasto Stojkovic gave Serbia a well-deserved win and a place in the finals in Poland. All the results from Group 4. Iceland, Serbia and Montenegro qualify for the final tournament in January next year. Because of the political tensions, the 2 games were played on neutral ground in Minsk. In April, Russia went into the qualification phase with 2 defeats against Hungary. Ukraine, missing some of their best players, were not favorites of the match. In fact, it was a kind of one-way traffic. The duel was controlled by the Russians. They led all the way through the game. The biggest distance was 7 goals. Russia's best scorer was Timur Dibirov with 6 goals. And the final score was Russia-Ukraine 27-22. "24 hours later, both teams played the second leg game. After an easy and unquestionable win, Russia were even stronger favorites than the previous day. Yet this time the game looked a bit different. Ukraine started quite well and the match was tight. At halftime, Russia secured a 2-goal advantage. Ukraine were close but did not manage to take the lead. Again, Dibirov and Derevin were the top scorers, as Russia won the crucial game with 2-goal difference. Ukraine still with no points in the group. Russia need just one more in the game against Portugal to secure the place in the final tournament. Portugal in the second leg game against so far unbeaten Hungary missed great chances. So far, the game was pretty tight. "34 minutes gone, and Portugal led by 3 goals. "30 minutes before the end, the hosts led by 4 goals, yet they did not manage to win the game. Gilberto Duarte scored 10 times for Portugal, but that was not enough to gain 2 points. Hungary played without Laszlo Norc in the dying minutes of the match. Richard Bodo scored twice, and Hungary won their 5th game in a row, securing the top spot in Group 5. It was an even game in Moscow. Portugal needed a 6-goal win to qualify. Russia on the other side needed just 1 point. Every time Russia took the lead, Portugal fought back. Into the break, they even secured 1-goal advantage.
Мяч.
Minuten.
15 minutes ago, both teams had 2 players off with 2-minute suspensions. Portugal coach Rolando Freitas then received a 2-minute suspension, leaving his side with only 3 players on the court. Once more, within a couple of days' distance, it was Timur Dibirov who decided the game, scoring 3 successive goals. Russia won the game and secured their place in the final tournament. Hungary and Russia qualify for EHF Euro 2016. Czech Republic faced France in Brno without the two stars, Filip Jicha and Pavel Horak. The French in turn played without Nikola Karabatic. France, of course, have already booked the tickets to Poland, while the Czechs competed for the second spot with Macedonia. After 15 minutes, both teams scored 7 goals each, but from then on France accelerated and at half-time gained 6-goal advantage. In the second period of the game, they extended the lead, winning eventually by 10 goals. Top scorers were Ondrej Zdrahala, 8 goals for the Czechs, and Kentermae, 7 out of 7. Switzerland, with no points so far, hosted Macedonia, who hoped to take the second spot in the group. It was an easy game for the Macedonians, with good solid defense and effective counter-attack. And of course a couple of goals from Kirill Azarov. At half-time, the Macedonians led by 7 goals. Nothing really changed in the next 30 minutes, as Macedonia controlled the game and extended the lead. After final whistle, it was 26-17. But the most crucial encounter was right ahead of them. The game against Czech Republic in Skopje. But for the time being, we are in Clermont-Ferrand, where the French played against Switzerland. France with maximum points so far, 5 wins out of 5 games. Switzerland at the other extreme, no points in the qualifications. It was easy to point the favorites, and it went exactly like everyone expected. 19-9 at half-time for France, and it was all clear. In the second half, Switzerland managed to reduce the gap, but only slightly. The final score was France 31, Switzerland 23. This was a decider. In Skopje, Macedonia played against Czech Republic for the place in the finals. Before the game, both teams had 5 points each. The Czechs once more played without the brightest star, Filip Jicha. It was Macedonia who controlled the match, though the lead not all the time was that comfortable. It was an exciting game, and the Czechs did their best in Skopje. At half-time, the hosts gained 3-goal advantage. It was a 1-for-1 battle, and in the next 30 minutes, the home side retained the lead. Eventually, they won 32-28 and took the second spot in Group 6. 2 wins for France and 2 for Macedonia as they qualify for the final tournaments. Germany were clear favourites in the game in Vantaan. Finland, the outsider of Group 7, did not have the skills to stand up to their opponents. At half-time, the Germans led by 8 goals, and in fact the match was pretty much decided already. At any moment of the game, the powerless Finns were not able to keep up with the Germans, who minute after minute extended their lead, winning eventually 34-20. Austria met Spain in Innsbruck. The home side played much better game than in the first leg, but nonetheless they were not able to threaten their opponents. At half-time, Spain led by 4 goals. It was a team effort. Austria tried to close the gap, and they did, but they were not able to level the score. Eventually, the Spanish deservedly won the match, 30-24. And Spain again, this time in a game against Finland. That was the last match of Mikael Kalman as Finland head coach. It was a pure classic as far as one-sided game is concerned. From the very start, the home side gained clear advantage. At half-time, the Spanish led by 12. The final score was 39-16 for the hosts. Top place in Group 7 for Spain. Finland ended up with not a single point. Finally, the young German side against Austria. Before the game was all clear. Germany advanced to the final tournament, while the Austrians ended up third in Group 7. Germany held a narrow lead at half-time, 14-13, and came back in the second half to immediately begin increasing the scoreline. The victory was never really in question. Final score 31-29. Spain and Germany qualify for the final tournament in Poland. The 4 preliminary round groups were decided at the final tournament draw, which took place in the Ice Exhibition Center in Krakow last Friday. The men's EHF Euro 2016 will be played from the 15th to 31st January 2016.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, dear handball friends. On behalf of Polish Handball Federation and European Handball Federation, I would like to give you a warm welcome to Krakow, the capital of Małopolska province. Hello. Today we are on the ICE Krakow Congress Center. My name is Agnieszka Popielewicz.
And my name is Szymon Rojek. Last Sunday marked the end of qualification phase of EHF Euro 2016. We already know that all 16 teams who will compete for the title of European champion. It's a great honor to welcome you to the official ceremony of the final tournament draw of the EHF Euro 2016.
Za 210 dni rozpocznie się
In 210 days, Euro 2016 will begin.
To jedna z
This is one of the most
prestiżowych
prestigious
imprez
sports
sportowych.
events,
Najważniejsze
the most
wydarzenie
important
w blisko
event in the nearly 100
stuletniej
years history of the
polskiej
Polish handball.
piłki ręcznej.
In the
W
team atmosphere,
zespołowej
together with
atmosferze,
EHF,
wspólnie
Polish
z
cities,
Europejską
we are
Federacją
working every
Piłki
day
Ręcznej,
to make it
polskimi
the holiday
miastami,
joining sports
wspólnie z
persons
władzami naszego
and fans
kraju
from
codziennie
all over
pracujemy
Europe.
tak, aby było to wspaniałe święto łączące sportowców i kibiców z całej Europy.
It is so attractive that we can expect more than 1 million TV viewers. And we already know that the competition will be shown on television in more than 175 countries in the world. So what we perceive as a European event is also a world event as far as handball is concerned.
The preliminary round will be played in Krakow, Group A, Katowice, Group B, Wrocław, Group C, and Gdańsk, Group D.
Mats, would you please start and draw the first red ball today?
The teams from Potsdam, France, Spain were drawn by Danish centre-back Mats Mensig-Larsen.
France.
Okay, we know it's France. Now it's time for the white ball to see in which group France goes.
Group A.
Okay, we know that France will be the Polish rival in preliminary round. We will meet European, World and Olympic champion. Matt, please continue. You still have one red ball.
And Spain.
It's not a surprise. Now we are waiting for the group.
Before the final draw, the organizers decided that Poland would play in Krakow, Croatia in Katowice, Germany in Wrocław,
Everything's
and
correct. Spain goes to Group C. So
Denmark
to
in
summarize,
Gdańsk.
row 1 we have France in Group A, we have Croatia in Group B, Spain in Group C, and Denmark in Group D. Mats, thanks for your assistance.
And now a German goalkeeper, Andreas Wolf.
Belarus. Group B.
Belarus goes to Group B with Croatia.
Für Macedonia.
Macedonia. Now it's time for the white ball.
Group A.
Group A, so it's very strong group with France, Poland and Macedonia.
Russia.
Russia. Group D with Denmark. So to summarize, we have in this row.
And now they are sending Polish goalie in Sławomir Szmal.
Hungary.
It's Hungary.
Group D.
Hungary goes to Group D with Russia and Denmark.
Sweden.
Sweden.
Group C.
It's Group C with Spain and Germany.
Iceland.
It's Iceland. Group B with Croatia and Belarus. So we have Czech. Is it sure? Is it official?
Group B.
Exactly. It's Group B. So we know already the row 2. Poland, it's in Group A. Iceland goes to Group B.
Montenegro.
It's Montenegro. There are a lot of wishes around here. Group D, Denmark, Hungary, Russia.
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Group C.
Group C with Spain, Sweden and Germany. So the last two balls.
Serbia.
Serbia.
Group A.
Group A. I think Polish fans liked it. And the last ball. I guess it might be Norway, but...
Norway.
It is.
Group B.
Norway goes to Group B. So, ladies and gentlemen, this completes the draw of the final group, which will be played in Katowice with Croatia, Iceland, Belarus and Norway. We have in Group C, in Wrocław, Spain, Sweden, Germany and Slovenia.
This is
and
a complete overview for EHF Euro on the
Hungary,
2016.
Russia and Montenegro. Thanks very much once again.
All four
Mr.
groups. And that's all for now. Let's meet in Poland, January next year.